Go.
Hi, welcome to Side Dish, everybody. It's me. Okay, you don't know that. So you know that stuff? I hope everybody's well, first of all. But you know that stuff when you go to a Mexican food restaurant and it's like the mushy but delicious corn sort of goo? This is what this is. It's a Mexican sweet corn cake. And one time we went to a place, and they forgot to get Amy hers. She asked it, and they brought it, well, it wasn't this big, but it was a bowl that was much larger than the portion on the plate. And then did she share it with Denise and I? No.
But at the same place, when I have received it on my plate and I've asked if I can have more, they've told me no.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very inconsistent.
Yeah. And then, so we're going to make a variation on the Moscow Mule called Mexican Mule, which uses tequila, Contra, lime juice, and ginger beer. That should be fun. Now, a couple things about this recipe. It's an hour. It bakes for most of that. It's 10 minutes to get together. The corn that you're going to use, you also want to grill that on and so that's going to take.
You don't have to. You can use frozen corn.
But don't. Get fresh corn, especially in the summer. It's delightful.
Well, right now, but if you wanted to make it in winter, you'd have to settle.
Yes, you're going to have to settle.
Or can you get roasted frozen corn?
Yeah, I think
It
so.
seems like that's a thing you can get.
Yeah, or you can just get a bunch of corn in the summer, roast it yourself, cut it off the corn, freeze dry, or put it in a zip
Food saver.
There it is. Food saver bag, and use that.
Or you could buy frozen corn on the cob in the winter and roast that. And you don't have to do it outside. You can do it on your burner.
You can. It's a little bit.
It's messy, but you can
do anything you want inside. I mean, this is how much you're willing to put up with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put up with a lot for good food.
Yeah. So let's do this. I already did the corn.
Well, you roasted the corn.
Yes, that's what I meant. I roasted it. And then you do need a food processor because you gotta do this sort of a mush, but not too smooth, chunky, right?
Yeah, I was kind of stressed about that.
Well, of course.
So I'll be interested to see how far you go with yours.
Yeah. I mean, it's all degrees, right? What is, because leave corn chunky. I mean,
I feel like when you cut it off the cob, it is chunky.
Yeah. So apparently that's too chunky. No, that would be like whole or I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess it depends on how good you are at cutting it off the cob. I'm not that good at it, so.
Hi. Nice to see you. Corn ribs. Oh, I made ribs last night. Oh my God. Our meal last night was delightful. So, our friend Teresa was her 41st birthday yesterday, and she is...
I'm sure she's so happy you just told the world that.
She doesn't care. She is one of our dear friends, and so we were going to play... She's in the D&D group. I DM for one of them, and I asked... We might have played yesterday, but then some things came up that we couldn't, and turns out she's like, I don't care, as long as there's cake for my birthday, I'll play D&D on it. And so one time, 10 years ago maybe? I mean, it's been a while.
I don't know.
But I made a mint chocolate chip ice cream cake at her request. And so I made one last night too.
This is not the first time you've ended up making somebody's birthday party. Meal and cake, but you didn't really make the whole meal. But you made.
We have not made corn ribs.
Right?
That's a good idea. You'll have to send me your recipe, Dave.
For corn ribs?
For corn ribs, yeah.
I see them online. I'm like, that looks good.
Yeah. So we made, basically,
Teresa's
half Korean, and her mom, Nam, who we've talked about before, she makes amazing food. She makes homemade kimchi, all kinds of rice. She has a kimchi specific fridge in her new home. That's in her apartment. And it's all the instructions are everything Teresa said are in Korean. So it's like, she's like, I don't know what's going on. So and neither does she, so we're having this trouble trying to get it set up because she doesn't know what the technology is. But
you don't mean that it's a fridge that she's dedicated to kimchi. You mean it's a fridge designed for kimchi?
Yes, because it has areas for fermentation. Has all it's got drawers. It's got all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
It's crazy.
wow.
Yeah, I think.
I gotta see this thing.
First of all, I wonder, could you use it for all kinds of fermentation? And if
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, why not? So, all right, let's get on with this because we got things to do. Oh, I got some ideas I want to share with you, and hopefully we'll use them in the future. But let's get going. So the first thing we need to do is we need softened butter. I did that. It's 1 stick, so it's a half cup of butter, and we can use this. So can you guys can see Jack here? Can you see?
We can see.
Okay, I can't tell.
Well, you're tall, so I have to I don't want to cut off the top of your head.
No, I learned about this. There's a mid shot. So basically, it should be like the top of my head down and to my waist.
That's what I got.
That's what's called a mid shot, and it's a good shot for this type of thing.
Well, that's what I have. I have maybe like 2 inches above your
That's
head
perfect.
because right now, because when you stand up straight, perfect. You need to have smaller hair. Your hair's too big.
It's like I got Pike's Peak going on.
Hey, I see you have hair too.
Yeah, I love it. Hi, Fred. Long time no see. Speaking of birthdays, my sister, Fred, who's online there,
Don't say how old she is.
she has a birthday too. So,
We all have birthdays, honey.
but hers is tomorrow. So.
Ooh.
Actually, wait a minute.
Happy.
Oh,
Tommy's too tall compared to the counter, yes.
No, actually, I'm pretty good compared to the counter. So I need a third of a cup of masa, which, if this is standard old, store-bought masa. It works well for what we need. But if you've got a source of, stuff that's like freshly rolled, you should use that. So, jeez.
Oh, shoot. You went off camera. I didn't follow you.
No. Okay, so now I need water, a quarter cup of water, which I have some water here because we need water for the thing when we bake it. So I'm just going to use this. It's just still. Okay. What's going on?
I can hear a foof from here.
Okay.
It's actually flatter than it was earlier today. So.
My hair?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was because it didn't have any product in it earlier.
Product. So what you got going on there? You got
I
butter,
got butter, masa, and wada.
and wada.
And so I'm just kind of getting it combined and smooth. And why am I doing that? And why am I doing it in a separate container? Because,
It tells you to.
yeah, but also it seems excessive. I mean, why couldn't you just mix it all together? It's all going together anyway, so.
There's a reason. This is baking. Don't mess with baking.
I'll mess with Texas. All right, so I'm gonna take this corn and we're gonna take it off the comb. The comb. I don't know why I went
The comb?
the kind of British there for a sec. And
I know a person who pronounces room as rum, and it makes me laugh every time. They'll say like, in your classroom.
where are they from?
Where's my classroom? I don't know.
It's in your desk drawer.
From the crowd, Denise comes in with a real banger. I love it. That's amazing.
I keep it in my car, Denise. I don't want to get in trouble.
No, you can't have rum in your classroom.
Well, I mean, people do, but no, mostly vodka.
Well, yeah, it's clear, so nobody can.
Everybody does vodka.
I
when
mean,
they do
there
that.
is clear rum, I suppose.
No, but it's they think no one will know because rum is fairly odorless.
See, I think it has this. I don't like the smell of rum.
Well, I mean, when you're to that point, the alcohol is coming straight out of your pores, so we know something's up.
Yeah, if you're drinking
It
at
doesn't
work,
really matter what you're drinking
That's true.
anymore.
water. So I was trying.
Water.
We talked about this a little bit last week, but I was listening to this podcast, or so watching on YouTube. It's called "We Got the Chocolates," and they're from Australia, and it's amazing. I love it. So they've got all these crazy segments, and that got me thinking about different things. And
Oh, this is a way easier way that you're doing this.
Did you try and do it into here?
No, I I used the big knife as like a scoop. I made a bit of a mess.
Hey, different techniques. That could be a thing that we do where we ask one of these things. But I was thinking about this.
It's not an efficient way to do things. I do not recommend.
No, especially if it's a big flat knife, you can slip and you can hurt yourself. But one of the segments that I thought of is called.
How do you think I was doing this?
You took it out of there and then you like that.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna slip. I'm not a doofus.
I guarantee you that there's more chance for danger. Your method than mine.
I agree. But it felt like you thought I was holding it by the blade or something when you said that. I was like, what do you think I'm doing?
Okay.
Wild and crazy.
So I'm going to do this on low because, again.
Oh, I did mine on pulse.
Oh.
So I had more control. I shouldn't have told you that. I should have let you do it. And then I could have told you did it wrong.
Yeah, I don't like when you do that.
So see, I didn't set you up for failure. But I am curious how far you're going to take it. Because you didn't see mine.
Oh, he's seen hers.
Wow.
Let me see.
Side dish after dark.
It's about what I did. And then I started getting nervous. Like, I don't want to make
I think that's about
like
good. I mean,
oatmeal,
about
right? Or
good.
grits.
That's
hey,
something
Woody.
English.
I think that's good.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Okay, so this. Okay, I don't know if I talked about this yet, but this container for the new food processor is way better than the old one.
Far superior.
And there's no hole for stuff to fall into.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Whoever designed that one should be sent right to purgatory.
There's no hole for stuff to fall into.
No.
Right? I know. They just took all the fun out.
The way the drive is set up, it you know.
Also, a bunch of food doesn't get trapped in the handle. Which why was that ever even
I don't know.
How did that make it past?
I don't know. There's some you think
That
there'd
was
be,
so gross.
you think there's some sort of bouncer.
You literally had to like power wash the handle to get the crap out.
This is a true statement. But so I gotta get through this little segment because it's in my brain and I'll never get out. We're gonna do something called food fight. And
Okay.
food fight is going to be, and you guys get to contribute to this. So, do you know people who do things with food, such as some people think pineapple on pizza is crazy, and that you would never do it. People argue about it. That's what this segment is all about.
How did you come about this segment? What was the inspiration?
Well, I just asked basically the robot.
It was the Mayo versus Miracle Whip.
Yeah, that's true. That is it came from that idea.
Yeah.
Right? So like that episode of people's like disdain for we talk about it a lot. Because we never thought that like, you know, that would be something we'd have to like it was gonna cause like the end of the world. Hey man, I'm sorry, we don't allow dogs in the kitchen.
We don't allow dogs in the kitchen, folks, but you know what we do allow? Christmas trees. We allow Christmas trees in the kitchen.
Why are you gonna tell our secrets? I won't bring listen, that's
It really wasn't a bad memory for us. It's funny,
It
and
is.
we love how much interaction
It was
there
amazing.
was.
So that's what we're asking you to go into your lives and find those things that you argue about food with your friend and that you have one stance and other, and you can mail it to us at sidedishcooking@gmail.com. And every so often we will have the segment in which Amy brings hers, Denise brings hers, I bring mine, and then we read some of yours as well.
Now, here's the disagreement we're having. Because I feel like we should make the things. And Doug feels like
It's too much.
Too much.
It's too much.
But I think we should.
We can do it if the thing we're disagreeing about is a side or one of the things that fits in with the motif, then yes, I think that we can try and. But otherwise,
I don't know. Are burritos a side?
I would eat a taco as a side dish.
so So like I
We're
said,
gonna get into some murky waters.
another one would be something like everybody's like. Another one would be like cheese on
Don't
seafood.
give them all away.
I'm
You
just saying.
can't put cheese on seafood. It will give you
See, this is
the
what I'm talking.
trots.
This is what I'm talking about. We don't know this.
We do know this.
I've
It's
seen-
a fact.
I've seen plenty of people put cheese on shrimp scampi and
Well,
things like that.
they had the trots that
Yep.
night.
Well, I disagree. See, and this, everybody, is food fight.
Wait, make that face again. That I disagree face because I missed it.
Because I disagree.
No, make it like you did.
Anyways, so yeah, that is them. And then the other one that we're gonna have a few of these.
Where do I email my grievance?
sidedishcooking@gmail.com. And we will read them on the air and we'll give you credit. But the other one is going to be called essential or excess. For instance,
Don't give them all
do
away.
you need what you have? Do you have something in your kitchen that you find essential, but other people might be like, that is excessive for you to have it? Maybe, for instance, a kimchi fridge. You know, is that excessive or is it essential for you? Yeah, it all depends on how much kimchi and fermenting you do. And Mom does a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her to come on the show so that she can we can make cucumber kimchi when the cucumbers in the garden are.
She's going to. She said she would.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. Where are we at? Okay, we got that. Now
It's going to be awesome because Nom comes maybe to your shoulder.
Yeah,
Would be.
maybe.
Woody, get out of the kitchen.
Lay down, please.
Come on.
This is live TV, everybody. You get the good and the bad. You went back to work this week.
I did. No kids yet, just adults. Kids started Monday.
How was it?
It was awesome. I'm at a new school. It's awesome. I'm very excited. I'm excited for the challenge, and I'm excited for new people. And I'm excited for people respecting my
Knowledge and expertise.
yes, not my authority, but my knowledge and expertise.
and her authority. Let's just be.
And it is kind of weird though when you say to people like, "This is my 24th year in education,"
Yeah.
and the good thing was like everybody seemed to be like, "All right, awesome. She's going to be a good resource." So
Right.
that's good.
Right.
And I have a mentee, and I'm excited about that.
That's-
First year
you
teacher.
really do.
I love that. That feeds
my.
my soul. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
This is a quarter cup of cornmeal.
I'm doing the exact same thing, Jan. I'm still a learning facilitator. I just moved schools.
Pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
To a school that actually lost their learning facilitator allocation and then regained it. So their previous LF had already made a change and decided not to come back, and so I got to take advantage of it.
That is.
So I'm going to be at Grace Warner in like Northwest Reno. It's only a few minutes further on my commute.
Really?
It's my old stopping ground. Actually, I drive past every morning. I drive past the 7-Eleven that I almost drove through when Paige was teaching me how to drive. I literally jumped the Jeep up onto the sidewalk in front. I was about a foot away from the glass when Paige yelled, "Just lift your feet up." And that totally killed the car. And then we rolled back off of the sidewalk into the parking space. And needless to say, we did not go inside to get our Slurpees. Okay. So it's a fun memory.
Yeah, but you should have got in and got there because that would have been a dominating movie.
I wouldn't even get out of the car. She was like, "Okay, so just put it in reverse and we'll just go to a new place." And I'm like, "No, I can't." Okay, well,
you ever been so paralyzed with awkwardness that
seriously.
you can't do anything?
She was like, "We'll just okay, we'll just both get out and we'll just switch places and I'll drive away." And I'm like, "No, I can't do that either."
I can't do that either.
And she was like, "Okay, I'll get out and you climb over the center console into the passenger seat and we'll drive away. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
Okay,
I mean, Paige let me behave in that manner, so you gotta love her. But yeah, that was
All right, so 2
bizarre.
tablespoons of milk.
I think it's also the 7-Eleven where mom slipped while pumping gas and like ended up with one leg inside the Jeep. So the Jeep and the 7-Eleven did not get along. One leg inside the Jeep and she was down on the ground.
What is this 7-Eleven?
The 7-Eleven on the corner of North McCarran Boulevard and 7th Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's over there
So
by like.
Flowing Tide
yeah,
is in the shopping center across 7th.
Oh,
So you go down that way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's only a couple streets down.
Oh, well, this is how much I know. So,
But anyway.
okay, so now I've got the milk in here with 2 tablespoons. It's gonna mix in. We're gonna mix this.
Sorry,
up.
I wasn't paying attention to anything you just did. Could you review it real quick?
Sure. I put 1/4 cup of cornmeal, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt,
And some milk.
and then 2 tablespoons of milk.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what we got here. So now this goes into here. Yes, I know.
Don't use that pen.
is sitting in a spot
The
on the
light
couch,
just hit you.
in which the light just hit her, and it looked like she was getting a message from God. All right, so how's everybody else doing? I hope your week's good. People, the university is going crazy. It's getting ready for
But the kids aren't back yet. When do the kids come back?
the end of the month. They'll start coming back though shortly.
Have you, might you have any dealings with Dean's Future Scholars?
We have some computers in there.
You should go say hi to Sam.
I don't go out of the office. I have a guy for that.
Well, you should because you know Sam and you like him.
I mean, I guess that's true. But that would mean I have to leave my office, and I hate doing that.
So our friend Sam went from being a counselor at Hug High School, and now he's the counselor for Dean's Future Scholars at UNR, which is awesome because Sam is a graduate of Dean's Future Scholars.
I thought he was the director.
Oh, yes, he is that.
You said
No.
counselor.
The director?
I thought he was the director of Dean's Future Scholars. No?
No, I think he.
Andrea?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he is because he did have to deal with like people being not there and absences and that kind of
I
stuff.
think he's in charge of the program.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So that's fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so we need this, but what we need now, and we're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes. And I'm gonna make these cocktails.
No, you should pull that out and then let that sit for 10 minutes while you make the cocktails.
That is not 7.3 yet.
But it's between 50 and 60 minutes. So we'll take a peek at it.
He's right.
They know it.
All right. He's one of the coordinators.
You want 2 of those. Oh, he's one of the coordinators on a
Thanks, Andrea.
counselor pay scale.
See, I knew I just had to put it out there. I knew she was watching on the line. So. Come on. Oh, see, this is a water bath.
Yeah, that's why it's sliding around in there. How's it look?
Ouch. Steamy. I think it's done.
I mean, it's not supposed to be brown or anything, right?
No, it's supposed to be like mush.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Do you want to do 5 more minutes?
Possible way. No, I think it's fine. So the question here becomes.
I think you pull the whole thing down and put it on the tray, on the door.
No, I think I do. I'm gonna do it.
Doug Bookie thinks he knows what he's doing.
Ouch. Ouch.
We're going to reuse that pan of water because why not?
Looky, everybody.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So that's gonna sit. I'm gonna let that do its business, and now we'll make a cocktail.
What was I gonna say? Oh, if just in case you all are wondering, I won my election for a seat on the board of directors for the Nevada State Education Association. I'm very excited about that. Thank you to Andrea for encouraging me to run for that. I have my first meeting at the end of this month, and it will be in Mesquite, Nevada. And
She's not jazzed.
if you're listening, I just want you to look up and see where Mesquite, Nevada is. Just check that out for me.
Pour into tequila.
I'm excited, but
2 ounces of
it's going to be,
tequila.
it's the whole state. So you got to have meetings around the state. I understand.
Yeah, but they usually do them in Mesquite. Isn't this like the second time?
It's cheap. Yeah. Ish, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been to a rural small town that's been cheap. That's just me though. All right, so now Mesquite is not lovely.
It sounds lovely.
It is not.
It's
Okay.
going to be a hoot.
What do I do?
Doug wants to know if there's any good restaurants there. It's a good question.
There's probably a pretty decent Mexican food restaurant.
May have a Basque restaurant.
I was hoping for Basque.
Probably a Basque restaurant.
I don't know how many people there are. Sounds smoky, actually, right? Cheaper than Vegas, yes.
Yeah. So that was 2 ounces of tequila, half ounce of each orange liqueur. I'm just going through the store-bought stuff until I start using and then I've got a half ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. Be a little more. Whoops. Oh, Jack! Somebody got near Jack.
That's
Actually,
the sound Jack makes when people with other dogs get near him. Did you just bite Woody, you jerk?
Could you stop doing that? Okay, so we need 4 ounces of this, but I'm just going to fill it up.
Oh. They're fighting over a bone. That's reasonable. Denise, what happened to you this morning when you went into the restroom? Into the bathroom?
Oh, I thought one of you left a big old poo in the toilet.
Denise got the dogs these chew toys, and they're long and brown. They're in the shape of a bone, or they're braided or whatever. And one of the dogs politely left one in the toilet. So when
It was in the
Denise went
toilet? I didn't realize it was in
the toilet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you meant this morning. Okay.
And so Denise wondered which of the monsters she lives with left that prize for her
I didn't have my glasses on.
in the toilet. And it was a dog bone.
It was a dog. You get a little corn essence on your lime for your garbage.
Okay. Well, it all eats the same. It's fine.
Like, so much happened to me.
So much.
You got with the plumbers.
My house still leaks.
Your house still
More
leaks.
now.
It leaks more now? Oh, because you guys turned the water on and everything was like,
Here you go.
Leaky.
thank you, baby.
I mean, how that is. Now you can put a little.
Is this mixed up? Did you mix it?
I did.
Okay, awesome.
You put a little jalapeno in there as well. That will give you a little. But I don't want that.
A little kick. Ooh. Yeah. That is a tasty treat.
It's like a margarita on the rocks, only a little bit better.
I don't know that I
A little
really.
bit smoother.
Ooh, I really like that.
Yeah, that's good. Do
That
you
is
want
gonna
one?
be.
Yeah, I may have to eat another glass.
I
Okay.
got one.
He's got one for you.
No,
I
right?
took it. That's
Oh.
I gotta get it.
Anyways, quite delightful. All right, well, Denise is getting that. We're going to put this in here so we can move on. Not move on.
Here, you can have this one. You want this one? I'll have the next
Okay.
one. Well, you know
So-
me. I still have a glass of wine.
If you, so I'm using a 9-inch round. It calls for a 9x9 square.
Calls one 8x8 square.
8x8, sorry, yes. But it really doesn't matter. And I'll tell you what. Because it's not like you're going to be eating it out of there. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take a scoop here in a sec and you're going to scoop it out. So it doesn't really matter how it goes in. And then we're just lucky enough to have the rim baking sheets that are deep enough for the water bath to come up about a third. And that's what you got to really worry about here.
And it's not greased.
Not grease, because there's a stick of butter in here.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily spread this out, kind of in an evenly thin layer. And because it has, it has the masa, which is, corn flour, and it has baking powder. And what do we know about baking powder, everybody? When heat hits it, it causes rise. So that's why that when we lift and separate. Okay, sorry.
We're still eating the pimento cheese from last week, and it's still delicious.
What happened to the beef cheese?
I think it is it.
No, I didn't.
No, it's still in there.
Oh. I had
thought it was garlic.
I feel kind of bad about that because apparently I wasn't very generous, and I didn't send any home with the or.
I should have asked.
No, you sent them.
I did?
Yeah.
That made a lot then.
Yes, it did. The pimento cheese, it made a lot.
Okay, good. Because I was feeling kind of bad about that.
Now you're going to cover it. And again, this is a thing, right? Like,
Why didn't you just use the same piece of foil from the other one? Wasting.
well, because
Winnie?
you left it out there, so I thought that you wanted me to use it.
Okay, good. Andrea says she has pimento cheese. Do you have the beef cheese?
That one didn't make as much.
Oh. Do you
Okay.
need to put more water in there?
I do.
How much? You don't know what it looked like before.
Well, you want
It was like a 1/4 inch before. Oh, yeah, you do need more water.
You need a lot. Ow.
No, that's good. Yeah, that's about. No, I put the rest of that in. That's what I.
Okay, now that goes for an hour.
You still have it, and it's so good. Oh, makes great sandwiches. Yeah.
What makes great?
Oh man, you could have put that on our breakfast sandwich this morning.
What?
That would have been muy delicioso. The
What?
pimento cheese.
No, I had some later. Still not a fan.
You don't like it?
No, I just don't like the way the flavors meld.
But you like that cheese from what's that cheese? That Alaska cheese dip.
That cheese, Echolacolock cheese.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I think it's different.
but it's similar. Oh, okay, that's okay. Rachel just looked it up, and oh my god,
Good rib
it was
day.
106
The
on
terrible-
Monday.
The terrible
Ugh,
for living.
I'm going at the end of the month.
Well, it might be a little cooler.
That's so. Good
So-
thing I don't think I have to go outside.
This isn't it is a metal cup, which is going to work just as well as the cup. It just doesn't look as fancy. Right?
Well, I don't know. That's a pretty cute cup. It's from a fancy place.
It is. Denise, could you get another ginger beer out of there? Or you
Where's
might-
it from, Doug?
It's from Hustler's Rum from Painkiller Club in the Naval Spirit. I don't know.
Do you remember where you drank that?
No,
You were
I
on an
drank-
island.
I drank a lot. And as Uncle Dale used to say, I drink and then I sleep and then I forget, and I've slept since then. It's on the should be on the bottom. If there's not, I hope there's some in there. That will be really disappointing. Oh no. Okay, well you can have mine.
No, it's not
I could have swore.
not essential to my living.
I can make the recipe. This is
St.
actually.
Thomas, baby.
But the recipe actually that I'm using actually has a ginger beer recipe to make your own ginger beer at home. So it's actually not too bad. It's 2 quarts of water, 1/2 cup light brown sugar, 1/2 cup sugar, 8 ounces of fresh ginger peeled and minced, 1/3 cup of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. And you do all the stuff. All right, so now I need little teeny tiny plates.
I'm okay without it, guys.
Let me just check.
Sorry, I could have swore I would have held off on.
That's okay.
Now. It's not okay. Hey, I found the salad dressing thing.
I might be
Okay.
past the point of wanting a drink anyway, so.
Okay.
Okay, so
Why did you take a gummy?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
yes, you can. So now you just take this.
Shut up. It's not going to be 145 degrees. Rachel just looked it up, and Mesquite will be 145 degrees at the end of the month. But ribs will be on point.
Oh, I didn't get. I need forks.
Better
Yeah,
not be
right.
145 degrees. Smells right.
Sorry, everybody, you can't see me.
Thank you,
Now I'm back. Okay. I'm not going anywhere.
This stuff is so good. Yeah.
It seems a little looser.
Mm-hmm. But taste it.
Oh man, that was right on money.
Tastes better.
Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we know?
Make this.
We know. Yeah, this is real good. I'm gonna say I eat this because I just feel that. Oh man.
Wow, this was a quick episode.
It only took 10 minutes for me. So, you know, that is dangerously good.
Did you talk about the short rib thing?
No, I'm going to though. That's
Okay.
it. So, I made Korean short ribs yesterday.
But you almost didn't.
But I almost didn't because I know short ribs from long braised short ribs that you get that are on the bone. They're fatty. You'll cook them over a long period of time with like red wine sauce, and they're delicious. What I didn't realize is that there's a variety of flanken cut short ribs that are cut across the ribs and the bones, right? And so they're thin, and they have little on the ends. They have the bone pieces. Now, that's called the flanken cut of short rib.
A flank end cut?
Flanken.
Flanken.
Yep.
Like rankin.
Yeah. Flanken. But it's also so I made it called the marinade. GALBI. And this is LA style. Now, I got Mom's seal of approval yesterday. I did it right.
You did?
And her exact words were, "You did it right," and I was like, "Yes!" So, yep, I'm just eating this all the pan open. So, it was really good, but I ended up buying, the really thick short ribs, and they're delightful, but
You weren't right.
yeah. So, okay, well, what do
So
you guys
now you
think?
know.
Well, yeah, but now we have so much meat.
So what was in the, but you made the sauce.
I did.
What was in it?
There was mirin. There was, which is rice wine. You can use rice wine vinegar if you want to, but mirin is specific. Sesame oil, soy sauce, ginger, garlic, Asian pear.
No, that's the craziness. You put it in the food processor because you had to mush up an Asian pear?
And with the onion and garlic and ginger.
Which, why would an Asian pear make any difference? They're so almost flavor neutral.
They're like apple. Asian pears are more apple-like.
Maybe the sugar.
Yes.
I really like Asian pears, but they don't have a ton of flavor.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could substitute a Bosch if you can't get an Asian pear, I think.
What's a Bosch? You made that up.
Bush pear. Bosch. Bosch.
Yeah, I mean, they actually said to substitute an apple because the texture's what they want more.
What kind of apple? There's a million kinds of apples. Not a green apple.
I can find the recipe, but I don't know where it is. I think it's put away with the rest of the recipes as Denise is on top of that.
Put away means it's shoved up in a stack in that cabinet. Yep, that's put away, folks.
This constitutes 161, no, I'm sorry, 162 recipes, Thanksgiving, whims and ideas that I have, and all kinds of stuff that I want to try. So, you know what? But I tell you what, so I made mint chocolate chip ice cream cake. And the mint chocolate chip ice cream, I forget how good it is, but it tastes just like a grasshopper cocktail.
Yeah,
Like,
and an Andes mint.
yeah, but it was so good. And the ice cream cake thing got pretty good. I mean, overall.
It was very good.
Yeah, so I don't have any more.
Okay, say goodbye.
What an excellent episode. And thank you for coming along. So, to recap, send us an email for food fight, sidedishcooking@gmail.com. If you have something for essential versus excess, send that along to the same address, and we will start putting together lists and come up with our, and if we have guests, then they can bring their own lists of these things along. If you have a second you'd like to see, also send that on.
I thought you thought of another one. Food fight, essential versus excess. There was a third one. Oh yeah, never have I ever.
Which is, what do you think?
Things that you know people eat, but you've never tried it.
Different types of meals.
Exactly.
You've never had escargot?
I know that we've been on a cruise.
Oh yeah. It tastes like butter and garlic. They're delicious.
Delicious and snot, but whatever.
No.
All right, well, we love you. Thank you for stopping by. This was a fun episode. We've got more of that stuff. We're going to have leftover ribs and short ribs and other things, and you're not. So, boo. Anyways, we love you. Remember that in the next week, take a deep breath when things get overwhelming, and be kind, be loyal. Do something nice for somebody next week. It makes a difference to people all over the place. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.